Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here on Talk Daily. Hopefully you have a great day wherever you are in the world, and let's dig right into this because I saw this article on Car and Driver and I had to make a story about it. I think it's just a great idea, the thinking out of the box. Anyway, before I go any further, this article is written by Izera Dyer and it's from Car and Driver. As always, I have a link to whatever I show you here in the description below. So without any further ado, why do I love this article? Because they're comparing a truck to a car. Yes, that's everybody. This is what's going on. We get to the point where a technology allows a car to be just as useful as a truck and the truck to be just as useful as a car. What am I trying to say here? Obviously, they took a trip here to go to Costco. I mean, yeah, I see Kirkland's signature all over the place here. You know, I can recognize some of these products from Costco. So, and obviously what they're doing is for fun, but it's actually, there's a serious topic to it. It's saying, could a truck be as useful as a car? And I'll just read the title because it's saying, the 2022 Ford Maverick XLT versus the 2020 Honda Civic Sport. Does the Ford Maverick, with its bargain price and thrifty fuel economy, make a small car obsolete? And we fired up the 2022 Honda Civic Sport and headed to Costco to find out. I think it's a very interesting point because one of my friends, his dad swears by trucks. Like, he doesn't buy sedans, he always buys trucks because he's saying, well, I need a truck, you know, 4-door truck. He always had Ranger, he had those small trucks. You know, back then the ride handling wasn't that refined. You know, it was a truck. It never felt like anything sporty. And that's when we were young. So we always like, why doesn't he buy a sport car? Because again, which if you don't know, if you're watching this outside of America, in America, we love to go to Costco and buy a lot of things to fill up our garages. Okay. We just, it's something in our DNA where we have to go there and buy things. You know, every time we go to Costco, there's a side story, but try to go to Costco and try to spend under $100. And you know, $100 is a lot of money, and dude, it's impossible to go to Costco to bet like this pickles right there. I want pickles. Like, I didn't go for pickles. I just want to get toilet paper. Well, let's get 2 of them because you know we might get sick. We need a bunch of toilet paper, and then before you know, when you're buying up golf clubs and chairs and some awnings and God knows what. So I totally understand this, but I love the helmets. Watermelon helmet. No, I don't think they have a full face covering helmet at Costco. I would love to. I would have bought my helmet there, but they don't. Anyway, moving on. So they're talking, you know, the article goes on saying Americans want a lot of crap, which is really true. Again, I want you to go ahead and please read the article. It's very entertaining. I just want to get to the point because I think there's a lot of serious comments there because car manufacturer are probably paying attention to this. Let's get to the point. The 22 Honda Civic, it's much lighter. Okay, it's about 800 pounds lighter than. So if you look at the dimensions, it tells you the weight of the curb weight of the Honda Civic is 29,000. Let me go down a little bit more so you can see it. There you go. 2,906 pound, where the truck is 3,720. So obviously, right there you could see the weight difference. Okay, the suspension is also different. So you have a front and rear strut multi-link on the Civic, where the Ford has a strut and a torsion beam. So putting these aside, the Civic has wider tires, 235, where the truck has 225. Again, we're comparing a truck to a car. And if you look at the weight and the dimension, you kind of, at this point, you're kind of thinking to yourself, well, it should be absolutely in no comparison. The 60 miles an hour and 7.7 second on the Ford. On the Civic is 8.8. Say what? The quarter mile is 15.9 on the Ford. On the Civic is 16.9. So the truck is faster. Okay, but again, I don't really care. I don't hang on these things. What I care about is the weight, and then I look at the price, and then I look at the MPG. The price is very similar. The Civic, as tested when I fully loaded it, they got the Honda Performance HDP. Hermosa Police Department. Honda Performance Department. I don't know, that's a stupid name. Anyway, it comes in with basically like side skirts and spoilers and whatnot. Emblem. Anyway, it's cute. It makes your car look nice. $1,418. So the total price is $26,183, where the Ford is $26,645 because they added a bunch of options. They added like a sunroof, which was $1,000, which I think is a lot of money. Copilot 360 650 and a spray and bed liner. You need the bed liner. Whether you get it at Ford or you get it someone else, please do. A truck without a bed liner is just, I don't know, watching all the paint scratched. Ugh. Anyway, so it's a front engine, front wheel drive, 5-passenger, with a Honda Civic's front engine, front wheel drive, 5-passenger. Okay, and as far as the horsepower, the Ford has 117 foot-pound of 173 foot-pound of torque, and a combined output 191 horsepower. Remember, this one is hybrid. So let's put that out of the way. This is the 2022 Ford Maverick XLT hybrid. Okay, and this versus the 2022 Honda Civic Sport. And the MPG, which is surprisingly not that bad. 30 MPG for a truck at 75 mile per hour highway driving, where the Civic averaged at 36. And range 410, where the Civic was 440. That's not that much of a difference, to be honest with you. It really isn't. 6 MPGs is not the end of the world. It's a difference, but it's not that much. And the range, a 30-mile range difference is kind of interesting. They did some road skid pad. I don't go through these things, like the road holding. The Civic is like 0.87, the truck 0.81. I don't go to these things. I'm not a big fan of these because it's completely irrelevant. If you're gonna go racing, that's a different story. Driving on the road with I don't know. So anyway, stay away from that subject. I don't know. What are you measuring? Like how fast you go on the off ramp? Okay. So yeah, just follow the speed limit, drive normal. These numbers have no meaning, all of them. I mean, if you're trying to pass a big rig, you're trying to floor it, from 50 to 70, 5.7 second, and the truck does it faster in 1 second faster, 4.7. So, man, I mean, there's a reason for this argument. To be honest with you, usually trucks will give you something like 18 miles to the gallon, where, sedan will give you like high 20s. Now it's fairly close to each other. I know I'm comparing a hybrid to a non-hybrid. The Honda Civic hybrid will outperform this MPG test. But as for the cargo space, obviously the Honda Civic does not have the cargo space the truck has. So, but I mean, I think it's very interesting because if you're you're shopping for a car, to be honest with you, if you could sacrifice a 6 MPG, you get something far, far more useful. And I love it how they ended this when they did the positive and the negative in this article. I think they really summarized it here when they said the Ford Maverick XLT, the high efficient, inexpensive, can carry a lot more stuff, and the low, still mildly truckish handling, cheap interior, fun-killing CVT. CVT is never meant to be fun. That's a great little car that happened to be a truck. That puts a smile on my face. Very clever, very cleverly written, which is true. It actually really, really useful. On the other hand, the Civic saying, buy this and borrow your friend's Ridgeline sometimes. I mean, yeah. And honestly, at some point, we need a truck. I know at some point I was like, call my friend, like, hey, can I please borrow your truck? Can you come over and help me? It happens, and the fact that this truck can do it all, I think it's amazing. I think it's fascinating. And it's front wheel drive. It's not all wheel drive. If you have all wheel drive, would definitely drop the efficiency, the mile per gallon, and will increase the price. So I understand those points, but the color, you could also get in whatever color you want, but I'd like it. I truly do like it. And if you see the pictures of the vehicle, it's not. It's all right for the price. I mean, you're not paying $40,000. You're paying $30,000. You have to get options so you can have the manual windows in the rear. That's an option. I do believe it was there on the bottom somewhere. One of the options. There you go. That's kind of weird. It's for manual sliding rear window, $155. And I think that's the rear window. That's the back, that little window in the back. It's a $155 option. But I do like it. I mean, look, it's a very clever truck. You cannot... Oh, the pickles. Oh, it's the salami. Look at that. Oh, that cheese. Oh, that's a big dog. That's a big dog hind. Nice. Doritos. Love Doritos. I like it. I don't know. I mean, the seats, everything. It's a budget, but it works. I mean, you got all the technology built for it, and you get that on the side. Look, they took the time to do so, to give it a little, badge on the side. I you know what? I really do like this truck. I really do. I'm now contemplating myself because I'm in the market of getting a new car, and I'm like, hey, you know what? Maybe I should get this. It's really nice. I mean, the Civic. We know the Civic looks nice, but I think this shape is there's a reason consumers are buying SUVs, because they want a truck, but they don't want to have a truck. And this hatchback, because you know the Civic kind of looks like a hatchback-ish. Eventually, you do have a hatchback Civic, which is very, very useful. My friend Civic Type R, you know, he takes it to Home Depot and a bunch of stuff in it in a Civic Type R, which is because you could open the whole back, you get the stuff, everything in there, put the seat down, and it's really useful. So I could see this argument. Not taking away from the Civic. I mean, but look at the interior of the Civic; it's so pretty. You know, Honda really knows how to make interior. I don't know. I like this interior. I love those vents too. I made a comment on one of the videos when I was talking about the Civic, and I love those vents. I think they're really classy. Again, the interior is just more refined interior, but there's something beautiful about having a car that can just put your boots in it and just go. You know, you don't have to worry about making it dirty. So in a way, I understand you're comparing apple to oranges. I totally understand we're comparing apple to oranges, but it's maybe this is the car that consumers at some point are gonna make that jump between let me not get the Civic and let me get this truck. So I do find it to be, there's some merit to this argument right here. I'm not saying that this is gonna be the truck is gonna, you know, define this genre, but we're getting to that point where fuel efficiency is getting so good and people, you know, can't afford having two cars. So why not have a car that's very useful? You know, it has the range, you know, and it has the MPG and it's cheap. You know, why get the sedan? Well, you could obviously could fit 4 people in here, you know, comfortably. To have their own door, and you can haul things, and you can take your jet ski, and you can take, if you have a jet ski, you know, you could take your things with you. So I see this truck has a very, very good point. So let me know what you think in the comments below. You think this is sacrilegious? You think you're paying apple to oranges, so the argument is not valid? I do understand, but I think things are evolving. Look at Porsche making SUVs. They're making SUVs and they're outselling the 911. The consumers want, we want it all. We don't want a car. Back in the day, there was a 2-door cars. Remember, like everybody, you know, sport, those things are gone. 2-door sport cars are gone. I mean, you really have to pay a lot of money to get a 2-door FRS and the Mazda, Miata. Those tend to be kind of the exception. Most people just moving away from 2 doors, giving you 4 doors because it's more useful. And now we're getting this SUV version because you can put more things in it. People want the right height because of, I don't know. I want to sit on, be tall or safety, whatever their excuse is. That's what consumers want, and I think that all combined in this, because if they increase refine, if it's a little bit more refined, yeah, it would be a cost a bit more money. You can get other brands of more refined for this truck, and it just drives just like a car. My friend's TRD Tacoma drives great, but I mean, he ruined the ride quality because he put big fat wheels on it and whatnot. I mean, the rubber makes a lot of noise, but this has just street tires, so the ride quality they mentioned, I mean, it's still kind of truckish, but it's not unbearable. So anyways, let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm very curious, and I'm very humble when I see all these comments and people are engaging and giving their opinion. I really truly appreciate it. I read every single comments. You know, everybody types. So again, whether constructive or negative or whatnot, I totally appreciate it. And anyway, as always, let me know what you think. I'm very curious to hear people perspective, because as I said, I really never owned a truck. I always bought a truck from friends. So and now I'm getting to that age where I'm like, you know what, a truck will be useful. So reading this argument kind of makes me think about a truck now. So again, always thank you always for watching, and let me know what you think, and have a great weekend. Today is Friday. Yay, Friday. So have a great weekend wherever you are. It's Memorial Day weekend, so stay safe out there. Remember, drive safe, pay attention to the road, and you don't want me to tell you this, but don't drink and drive, you know, obviously, right? So enjoy it and be safe out there, and take care. And thank you for all our veterans out there. Really appreciate all the sacrifices you do, and take care, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.